A girl and three guys play a game of Who's Got the Gold? Or as I like to call it, Why Rachel Moved to New York. This is Leprechaun on Stinker Madness.
Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. Stinker Madness. We got Stinker Madness.
Hi, guys.
I thought that Rachel moved to New York because her dentist boyfriend cheated on her.
That's what she says.
Yeah, it's a good cover story, though.
You cannot trust
Or
Rachel.
is this why she started going out with a dentist because it was less painful than Leprechaun?
Possibly. She was inspired by the Leprechaun's grill. Like, oh, I gotta make sure I date a dentist now so he can have at least good teeth. Because I never want to see yucky, grody Warwick Davis teeth ever again. So, we've got Mark here with us. Hi, Mark.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm well.
How'd you like the Leprechaun?
I was better
You were better?
before.
You were better before the Leprechaun. I think most people could say that. It's not very good, is it?
No.
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 I thought I had some funny moments.
It does, but they still kind of fall a little flat, don't you think? Compared to other things, I'm just saying.
Okay, so the best part of the movie for me, or are we waiting to do that?
We should probably wait to do that.
Okay.
I'm just saying that, like, in general, like, because we did, when did we do Rumpelstiltskin? Like, 6 months ago?
Something like that.
And Rumpelstiltskin's out of control fun, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was a really good time, and that was before this, after
This is after.
this. Okay, so maybe Mark Jones is just warming up. He's just getting ready with little guys from fairy tales that have magic
He had
powers.
more money. See, I think that this feels like a $900,000 horror movie because it's a $900,000 horror movie.
You know, Warwick, though, he really acted his brains out in this. I thought he did a pretty good job at portraying a weird little leprechaun.
I think he was
he's got
better in Willow.
chops. Well, yeah.
You thought he was better in Willow?
Yeah, I think he's better in Willow.
I think he is better in Willow as well. Well, actually, my favorite that he did was Star Wars. He was a Wookiee in Star Wars.
He was
I mean, Ewok.
Ewok.
I mean,
It would not make any sense for him to be a Wookiee.
baby Ewok, I guess, maybe.
Baby Wookiee.
Baby Wookiee, yeah. Wicked was kind of a baby Ewok either way. Wicked sucks. So, anyways, yeah, Leprechaun. I just didn't like it.
No.
I was pretty disappointed by it. I don't think it's that good of a time. It still doesn't, like, detract me from maybe watching the rest of them, because I bet you they progressively get sillier and more out of control.
I liked it.
Huh.
I thought it was just kind of stupid, and it was exactly what I thought it was going to be, and it had some pretty funny jokes. That some of them didn't fall flat, and they made me laugh. So I was like, okay, that's cool.
All right, well, we will look forward to you interjecting what you thought was a funny joke. Like, anytime during this episode,
when we get to a point where something funny happens,
you just go,
please let us know.
That was funny. Just say, that was funny right there.
What did you think, Mark?
There was one funny thing in the movie, and I mentioned it when we were watching the movie. It's when they ripped the phone off the wall. And there was no phone cord there. The entire time it was just a movie prop.
That's funny for you as a film viewer. Also, you're awfully quiet. We're gonna need you to get louder there, Mark.
All right.
I guess maybe Sam was right about the microphone placement, but this time. Anyways, so let's get into this. The movie starts out with
A Jeep driving down...
No.
No.
Oh, that's right.
Limo.
I forgot about
No. He's down in the basement singing his song, wishing for his gold, or he's counting his gold at the very start of the movie. He's down making rhymes about
Looks
his
like a
gold.
dungeon.
Yeah. So, it already starts out not making any sense, because the next thing you see is McGrady pulling up in the limo. And he's got the leprechaun.
Gold.
He's got the gold. And
He
it's
mailed
like,
the gold, actually.
how did he get the... Last thing we saw, the leprechaun was just sitting there counting his gold, and he's having a good time. Everything's aces.
Mm-hmm.
The world is a good place. And there's no such thing as Ebola and ISIS and bad things and Gamergate and all of these things that we're going through nowadays.
Or we have
it's
to
a
look
perfect world.
Or we have to look forward to, like, the Microsoft conflict.
Yeah, the Microsoft wars. Yet O'Grady goes to Ireland, or Mick Grady goes to Ireland for his mother's funeral, I'm to believe?
Yeah.
And he brings back an urn filled with leprechaun gold.
Because he was like, fuck my mom's ashes, I'm sticking some gold in here.
Hell yeah, well...
Imagine
He made the right
shipping
call.
on that thing.
Their customs is not going to get real choosy about that. It doesn't sound like ashes when I shake it. Like, why are you shaking my mom's remains, you disrespectful fuck?
That's a good point.
You know, and how much was that to ship? Because we recently shipped a package over, and it was not 100 pieces of leprechaun gold heavy, and it was like $80.
I don't think he shipped it, Jackie. I think he kept it next to him on the plane.
No, he said, did the package arrive?
Yeah.
So he did
He
ship
shipped it.
What the fuck? This movie doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Oh, well, this is the least of its concern is the
So,
shipping.
Oh, I think it starts out. I think it starts out on a bad path. Like it's just lies on top of more lies. You start with one bad lie, and you just keep putting stuff on top of it to cover the crap. That you're like, oh shit, we really fucked up with that McGrady thing. We shouldn't. We gotta stick with it. Just pile some more things that don't make any sense on top of it.
McGrady or O'Grady?
I think it's McGrady.
Which would be Scottish.
I thought it was O'Grady.
No, not Mac Grady. Mick Grady.
They're both Scottish.
No. Mac is Scottish. Mick is Irish.
I thought it was O'Grady.
Why do you call an Irish person
because
a
the
Mick?
person that started making fun of him
Well, you really
and being
shouldn't.
racist was wrong.
Huh. All right. Well, there you go. That's why you tune into this show, so you can find out all the info.
Yeah.
Of
Everything you need to know.
racism.
Well, I know his name was Dan.
Daniel.
Dan O'Grady.
Which is a
I'm
strong
starting to think it is
Irish name.
O'Grady.
It is
I
O'Grady.
think it's O'Grady.
I think it was when we see it written down later.
Oh, no, it's O'Grady.
Yeah.
He's in the chillin' out nursing home.
So,
They're gonna put those bodies on ice.
still, we don't know. Why is that funny?
Mortuary, they're dead.
They're not dead. They were as an old folks' home, so they just dump them in ice.
They're chilling out.
Like, yeah, you just walk in here. We're just gonna help him into this room, and then it's just a door to a fall into a pit of dry ice.
That's the 1994 treatment for Alzheimer's.
That's right. We don't give a shit about old people.
Anyways, so O'Grady is getting lectured by his old woman and telling her that he's got the gold and that they're rich and that he found a leprechaun, and she seems like
She doesn't give a shit.
she doesn't really care.
She's like, you're drunk.
Yeah, he's been
Again.
boozing it up and telling stories
And of
about
course-
little men.
Talk about stereotypes. This guy gets out of the limousine and he's drinking Jameson whiskey, which is Irish whiskey.
No, it's Scottish.
No, Jameson's
I'm
Irish.
just
I'm
being
like,
an ass.
what?
I'm just being an ass. It's the racist guy that said that it was Irish. Anyways, so he goes inside to pass out or something. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, he's hiding the gold.
Yeah.
He's got to hide the gold because the leprechaun
Which that
will
doesn't
find
work
it.
in time and space, because he just goes into the back room. But that's not where he hit the
No,
gold.
that's not where he hid the gold. He
Yeah.
does go in the house to hide the gold, and that's not where he hid the gold. But either way, she goes inside. She hears a child singing, "Mary Had a Little Lamb," inside of a suitcase. And this starts out the whole gag of the movie. This is why I don't like this movie, starting right here. They should have just called it, "Now he's doing this. Now he's doing that. Now he's in the suitcase.
Now he's over here.
He's in the goddamn suitcase. Goddamn leprechaun. Little bastard. So, she's all scared. Ah, there's a leprechaun in here. Or a little man, or whatever she's scared of. I mean, he's all being all, I'm a leprechaun. Not really, but he's like telling stories and being goofy and waving his hands about. And he's doing...
like, give me gold.
Did you guys notice the Warwick Davis was doing the whole munchie thing the whole time with his hands? Throughout the whole movie, they're doing this. Like, that's how
Yeah.
he talked. Or I guess you can't see that, but he's like
Yeah,
making weird hand clenching movements the whole time like he's a puppet or something. He had
Menacing hands.
menacing. Is that menacing?
No.
Yeah.
Is anything menacing about him?
No!
I mean, throughout any time that anybody offers any resistance whatsoever, it's like, yeah, it's a leprechaun. Just fucking kick him.
Kick him.
Just kick him. He
Punt.
doesn't like it.
Punt the leprechaun. I bet you can get 20 yards at least.
If they would have just kept the stick in the original scene, they'd probably been okay. Like, no, bad leprechaun, whack with the stick.
Yeah, exactly. He's not threatening.
So, well, here's something that's menacing. His wardrobe is pretty tight. It's pretty nice.
The purple sweatpants, or that's not the nice part about it.
I'm talking about the hat and jacket and the tie. He's dressed to go to the prom or something.
Mm-hmm.
What's bad about him is his personal hygiene, because his teeth and his fingernails are atrocious.
And
that's what's menacing.
His skin is yucky.
I also like that he had platform boots on. Like high-heeled boots.
Well, that's part of being... It's buckled shoes.
Yeah.
No, he had high-heeled boots.
Yeah, those are buckled shoes.
They're buckled shoes.
Yeah, he is a cobbler. He can make his shoes
By
whatever he
trade.
wants, and he gave himself another 1.5 inches of height. So I agree with Jackie there. They were a little tall.
Well, back in the day, everyone used to be a bit dandy.
They were
Because
height.
that's what they did. They wore those shoes back.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
damn.
true.
Oh.
But it was still kind of like...
In wigs.
Are you vain, Leprechaun?
Of course he's vain. He just sits there and stares at his gold all day and goes, my
And he's a
gold.
cobbler by trade.
He is vain. When he looked in the mirror, didn't he stop
He
and
just-
stare at himself?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I'm
Oh.
a good-looking leprechaun.
So either way, he scares her down the staircase, which was a good tumble. Nice fall. Good
Yep.
job, whoever you were, stunt person,
Mhm.
lady, because it looked good.
Broke
She
her
ate
neck.
shit, breaks neck and die. And,
Breakneck die.
Breakneck die. But really, she died. He doesn't kill her. We can't really count that as a leprechaun kill, because it's not like he pushed her or wizarded her.
He scared her into
like,
falling.
I'm a leprechaun, and she's like, ah!
If you push her with your hand, and if you push her with the power of your fear, where do you have to draw the line? Like in court, what would be inadmissible?
Like, I
Like,
didn't even
oh,
touch
I
her,
would-
she just fell.
Because then all of a sudden, she
this-
shouldn't have been scared. Is the same argument as, oh, she should have just been tougher.
I was trapped in a suitcase for an entire flight. All I did was get out of
He
it.
wasn't trapped
She
in the-
freaked out and fell down the stairs. That's on her.
He wasn't trapped inside the suitcase the whole time.
How was he not?
Because he just shows up in things.
Yeah.
He just shows up in the
Refrigerator.
Well, he's got to get
Shows
to
up
America somehow. Might as well take the suitcase.
Why? He can teleport to anywhere. Why not just teleport to the fucking suitcase?
Yeah. Anything that opens, that's a door for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be true. The refrigerator, he was in there. He was in
Yeah.
the safe.
The cabinets.
The cabinets. I thought he was in a...
The hood of the truck.
Yep.
Yeah. Anything that's a door. It's got a hinge. You can get in there. Anyways. So, he scares her down the stairs. The O'Grady guy comes in, and, oh shit, the leprechaun's here. He's after my gold. That's his gold.
His gold. The
And-
gold at this point.
So he's got a 4-leaf clover, though. And
Now,
he's
did
using
you
it
notice-
like a cross.
Before he starts using the 4-leaf clover like a cross, which didn't make very much sense, he opens up the drawer, and there's a gun in there next to some very neatly folded granny panties with the 4-leaf clover on top of them. And I thought that was just like the sort of like garnish on the underwear, like that's his wife's sexy underwear. And I thought he was just going for the gun, but then he has the 4-leaf clover, and I was like, why were those on the panties?
That's just where you keep it, dude. You gotta keep it comfortable and warm and moist. Ugh. So he shoots the leprechaun a bunch of times.
And the leprechaun doesn't like it.
He doesn't like it. He just kind of falls over and goes, bullets won't stop me next time. And you kind of think he's
Forever.
gonna like he's gonna go away for
Yeah.
a little bit or be unconscious for
What he's going to do is go to a
A
place
while?
where you can't shoot him. Because he doesn't like it.
No, he doesn't like it.
He doesn't
but
like getting
He
shot.
doesn't really get that messed up by it because, like,
It's
after
an inconvenience.
2 seconds, O'Grady picks him up and he's talking while he's putting him in the box. So, like, from the time he's down saying, "Oh, "I'll never get me," it's nice. Cell phones in the studio, busted. Yeah, I guess he just doesn't like it.
He just doesn't like it.
O'Grady puts him in the box and sticks the 4-leaf clover on top. But then how does O'Grady die? He has a
stroke.
He has a stroke, but he's like trying to... Oh, he was going to burn the box,
He was
too.
going to burn
Yeah.
it. Because if the 4-leaf clover was... Which... I'll just say
But he
the
carried
4-leaf
his
clover
wife
on
up the stairs. He was obviously not a good move on his part.
Well, he didn't want to burn her, I guess. He wanted
She's already dead.
proper burial for his wife.
It must be an Irish thing. I would have left you down in the basement there, Justin, and just burnt that leprechaun to smithereens.
Huh.
You're already dead. You don't care.
Just going...
Pretty sure my family would, though.
Well,
So
now,
Stinker
this is what
Madness
you do.
hashtag. If your
Here's-
friend has been killed by a leprechaun and left in the basement, and you got to burn this son of a bitch, do you leave the body downstairs or not? How do you do that on your Twitter again for our Stinker Madness Twitter? Let's do that on our Twitter page. Would you leave the body of your best friend / spouse, whatever, your cat, that's gotten killed by a leprechaun down in the basement while you burn the leprechaun to death? Do you just leave the body, put it on our Stinker Madness page? We want to know.
So here's what you do to get around that. You just go get some nice mahogany, and you burn the shit out of it and act like they're your wife's ashes at the funeral. And people are just spreading around some wood that you bought at Home Depot.
Nice.
Hey, but it was mahogany wood.
Actually, you don't even buy wood at Home Depot. Fuck that. You just go to like the park ranger after they cut down the old trees and you just get the free wood. You don't want to spend any money on that shit.
Money.
You're rich. You can spend money on whatever, but not that.
Well, not that rich, as we'll soon find out. He in theory, we're led to believe, and this is one of the crappier things about this movie, is I don't think that we weren't supposed to believe that he's dead. Because it wasn't like a big reveal at the end when he's not dead. It was just like, oh, he's in the hospital.
He's alive.
What he's alive? No, he's dead.
Which, I think the only fun I had with this movie was because I revealed the body count for the 0.5 episodes. If you listen to the 0.5 episode and watch the movie like you were supposed to have, you were very confused halfway through the movie. Less than halfway through the movie, we're like, oh, nobody else is going to fucking die in this thing?
Well, nobody else does.
Back, and then they actually just kill him again. I was like, oh my god.
Nobody does die. Nobody else does die.
44 minutes, wasn't it? By the time that they killed all 4 people?
Well,
Yes.
no.
We thought.
Not really. But
We
yes.
thought. Which
to a
I
degree.
would have been 4 bodies at 44 minutes. That's 4.
Or...
Which, of course, you realize is a sign that aliens were actually Jesus.
We're doing that
Oh.
again, huh?
But what about O'Grady? He
I'm
died.
gonna bring...
It points to the 4
Later?
Clover.
Yes.
Yeah, so wasn't that 5 people?
No, he was the 4th. He was the 2nd guy. So we thought mom
Then
dies.
he was the 4th guy.
2nd guy dies.
Even
Then
though we
O'Grady
thought he
dies.
was dead at 44
Cop
minutes.
dies.
And as Mark says, the
Pogo
4-leaf
death.
clover.
Pogo Death guy dies.
Yep.
Then you reach track 1 for O'Grady, but then he dies. So it's
Oh, yeah.
it's
At
4.
least we think he dies.
Yeah, at 44 minutes, we thought the dead body count was up.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, got to move on. So then we're introduced to Jennifer Aniston. 10 years later.
And still a fucking bitch.
Do you have a problem with Jennifer Aniston?
I do in this movie. She doesn't
Yeah.
make any goddamn sense.
No, let me
She's
see.
just a city stuck-up.
I liked her character.
So, okay.
Oh, God.
Okay. Why does she care about anybody? She's like their cousin halfway through the
She's
movie.
obviously not very smart.
She likes...
It's believable because she's uptight and
From the city.
Superficial.
from the city, superficial,
Loves dong.
loves buff guy dong, and
Drives a Jeep.
drives
That's
a Jeep.
her dad's
She's
Jeep.
obviously stupid. She is obviously a dum-dum. So there's nothing wrong with her character. I think her character is flawless from a character development standpoint.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
I drove a Jeep when we first met.
Moving on. So she's pissed about this house being all dumpy and shitty that her dad bought or inherited or...
He bought it.
He bought
A
it.
good deal.
Good deal.
Damn good deal. 10 years later.
She's so stupid that she goes, I don't want to spend the summer in New Mexico. And he's like, we're not in New Mexico. We're in North Dakota.
Yeah, she's dumb. She's dumb.
And she's like, does it really make a difference?
Yeah, it does.
So she was in California, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Who knows?
Okay.
They're
She
in
She was
California.
like,
She's
I
from
want to go back to
the
Los
city.
Angeles.
That's right. See?
Yeah, she's like, I want to go back to Los Angeles.
She's got a hoity-toity cell phone.
And she has money.
yeah.
Even though her dad doesn't, apparently.
Yeah, he's got to get a good deal on a dumpy house
Well,
in
when
North
you look
Dakota.
like Aniston and you're out hooking it in L.A., she probably makes quite
She
the
is
dollar.
dressed pretty not going to a cabin house to fix it up with my dad.
The first flower
Looking.
dress she's wearing is like it looks like a sundress, but at the same time, it's like that's not covering up a lot of her. That's
No.
leaving very little to the imagination.
No, that's you're sitting in a chair and she walks by, you can see some buns.
That's when you order the hooker, but you want the girlfriend experience. She shows up wearing that. Thing.
Yeah, that's what I would think. She's dressed like a hood rat
Hoorah,
With
hoochie
her-
mama.
with her dad.
Her dad.
Yeah, a little creepy.
Which, if you notice, if you're an adult male in the movie, there's fashion comes in throughout this whole thing. because the guy that plays Francis in Pee-wee's Big Adventure, he's a painter because he's got a shirt with paintbrushes in it.
And he's got paint all over in his overalls.
She changes her clothes for no apparent reason into something that's partially more revealing, but not really.
Well, come on, dude. Do you see her painting in that flower number?
That's true. Well, I don't see her painting. I mean, I didn't even see her painting in the movie. At one point, she had a brush in her hand, and she was hitting the side of the building with it, but I wouldn't call it painting.
I think we would have
She was doing the Karate Kid. Stroke up, stroke down.
I think we would have had her going up the ladder and somebody saying, nice beaver. Thanks, I just had it stuffed. So there's some guys there. Ozzy, as you mentioned, the painter, the other
Ozzy.
painter, and the kid, who was also
Alex.
a painter. Nathan, Ozzy,
He
and
doesn't
Alex.
paint anything, nor does he get paint on him.
They don't paint the house. They're the
And if
worst
they were
painters ever.
Gonna paint it. They were gonna paint it
Blue and red.
cardinal red and nice royal blue, which is not good colors for a house.
It was Superman, the house.
I just want to say that I
And
thought
she has to help.
she wants to help.
She wants
some beefcake from Nathan. She's like, hey, let me touch your wiener after I help you paint this house. Let's get this baby done.
So she's a very complex character, because normally, the Paris Hilton type character archetype for this role would just be sitting on the porch drinking lemonade and trying to look cute. Hey, boys.
Well, she did change her clothes so that she could bring him Kool-Aid in the basement.
That's true.
Then eats shit and fucking loses it on the leprechaun. And wakes him up. He's like, now I got Kool-Aid on me. This sucks.
The leprechaun's like, God, 10 years in a box and this is all I get.
Yeah, so she goes down into the basement, Ozzy goes into the basement and wakes up the leprechaun.
After she fucks up the Kool-Aid.
Oh, yeah. So
For two.
The leprechaun's awake now, but he's not out. He's
Well,
not out
she's
of the
pissed
box.
that she wasted her roofie in that one Kool-Aid. And now it's down the leprechaun. God damn it, leprechaun.
That's why he's all messed up. So why does Ozzy go down into the basement? He's just down there?
He has to find something. I don't know.
No, didn't he hear the leprechaun?
Oh, yeah, he hears the fucking singing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was in the house cleaning off the paint. Because the little bastard Alex, the little bastard kid, threw paint on him. And he was like, I told you to hold the ladder. And the little kid was like, ah, fuck you, fat piece of shit, or whatever he said.
I was thinking about Jennifer Aniston's butt that I just saw.
Mm-hmm.
So, Ozzy goes down in the basement, knocks the four-leaf clover off the crate. No, hell's all about to break loose.
Which,
Now he's
apparently,
over there. Now he's over there. Now he's doing this.
a four-leaf clover on the corner of the crate is damning to the leprechaun, but laying on the ground next to the crate, totally not magic anymore.
Yep, piece of
Loses all
shit.
his powers. So he's out.
And he wasted no time, man. As soon as that thing hit the ground, he busted out of that crate.
Yeah, through it, just breaks it open. And then that's when we realize that he's a shoemaker.
Because he tells.
Because he's like, I'm a shoemaker, let me shine your shoes. The fuck? He's a shoemaker? Is that a thing? Are all
cobbler?
leprechauns cobblers?
I would not say that anyone that wrote this movie knew anything about leprechauns.
Or shoes.
Does anybody know about leprechauns? Why
Not
insert
really.
he's a shoemaker?
Well, I never heard of them
Shoe
being
repairer.
ruthless killers until this movie.
Yeah. And they usually don't have bad teeth and they're not fucking ugly, so.
Hey, wait a minute. Whoa. Hold the phone here. Have you ever met anybody who's met a leprechaun? It's because they were all killed.
That's right.
Oh, good
That
point.
is true.
Good point, Mark.
I don't know. I just thought that the cobbler aspect of him was just kind of like, what?
Oh, that gets worse.
Yes.
He is?
Hey, dude.
I didn't believe
ties
it at
into
first
it later.
because he was trying to polish the guy's sneakers.
Where's my gold? Oh, shoes.
You forgot about Jennifer Aniston's dusty boobs.
Oh, yeah, she gets some dusty boobs.
And then they
don't
get
stay
dusty, and then they're not dusty, and then they're dusty again. Doesn't make any sense.
Boob duster.
Did you guys, like... is it just me, or did she really just transition into Rachel from this role? Because I seriously, like, I'm not saying that Jennifer Aniston only has one act, but this is the same character.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought.
Okay, so
She's doing the arm
Snotty-
thing, and
snotty
"Ew, it's
city girl."
icky," and
she does her thing, and people like it because she's easy to look at.
I think she's got more than just one character.
From
just saying
watching
that
her in
Rachel's the same as this character.
Bad Boss? She was in Bad Boss.
Horrible Bosses? Not Rachel.
Okay, well, whatever.
How many Jennifer Aniston movies have you seen?
The one with Ben Stiller. What's that called?
Is that the one where she gets pregnant by the...
Polly.
Yeah.
She's not really Rachel, dude. She's crazy.
She does some of the same, like her mannerisms are the same. And then there's the sort of the same in Office Space, too.
What about the one where she gets pregnant by the gay guy?
Never saw that.
Yeah, that's not Rachel at all. Either way, I'm just saying that this is very similar to Rachel. But she's all going, eh! And Ozzy's telling him about the LPCs, what I kept writing down. Leprechaun. Into Hood. The LPC is fresh. So they go down in the basement, and they find a rat, not a leprechaun. Surprise. But then, they go outside. And what's outside?
A rainbow.
A magic rainbow!
A 3-colored rainbow.
3 colors means it's magically
That means that
delicious.
unicorn that shit out that rainbow,
Farted out there.
farted out that rainbow, was missing some proper nutrients. He did not have all the colors of
Low
the
on
rainbow.
fiber, missing purple and
Either that or he had a
green.
plugged anal gland for a couple of those colors. Like, those colors are out of ink.
leprechauns. Unicorns are stupid. So Ozzy and Alex decide, we gotta go down to the end of the rainbow. Duh.
Yeah, gotta get some stuff.
There's gonna be gold down at the end of that rainbow. Let's go get it.
Yeah.
Sure as shit. Guess what? There's a pickup truck and it's got gold in it.
Meaning that Daniel O'Grady is the fastest old drunk bastard the world has ever seen.
But
He was able to make it down to that truck and back. Short order.
And also one of the worst hiders.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, well,
I'm just going to stuff it kind of behind the seat, but not really.
not really. Is that
And hopefully this rainbow goes away.
Shoo!
Shoo,
Get
get out of here.
on out of here. Is that his pickup?
I don't know.
Get on
I mean,
idea.
okay, let's get hung up on this. Whose pickup is that?
I'm just saying, because he's such a shitty hider, he kind of leaves it in plain sight. It would just be, like, justification if it wasn't even his damn truck. If it was, like, the neighbor's truck that he was going to fix up someday, and then the neighbor goes in there and is like, well, time to start working on this old Chevy, and starts getting out the ratchets and stuff, and is like, what the hell's this? It's Leprechaun Gold! Shit! And then there's a whole different movie, because O'Grady's a fucking moron.
Either that or O'Grady bought this truck, and then because he had a stroke and had to go to the old folks' home, they repossess the truck, and they find the gold in the repossession house.
Exactly.
Or he doesn't know whose truck it is, and he's like, well, I just put gold in it, which counts as buying it. It's mine now.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, this
I'll
could
keep
have
the
gone...
gold.
He paid
You
the
can
truck.
have the truck.
He paid the truck for itself. Here, truck, is some money I'm hiding in you. You are mine now. That's...
Don't you be trying to drive off now.
yeah.
Either way,
Well, it doesn't have any wheels on it.
O'Grady is very careless with this gold. He should take a little bit better care of it, in my opinion.
Really, he just puts the clover on the gold. The leprechaun's like, oh, shit.
Oh, shit, God
It's right there, leprechaun. What do you do? He's like, I can't grab it. God damn it. What do I do now?
Problem solved.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. Just drill a little hole so the leprechaun can see the gold bag, and then just leave it within almost arm's reach.
Well, they need the gold. The kid and Ozzy need the gold.
Needs the gold. They do.
have to have
so
the
they
gold.
can go to the doctor
They have to have
And get
surgery.
the retard fixed.
They have to
to
have
fix Ozzy's brain.
Is he... At no point, you just think he's kind of doofy and hanging out with a child, but not like, Ozzy, we need to get your brain fixed because you're a fucking moron.
Yeah, that kid is a little asshole.
He is a little
Oh, that
asshole.
kid is a dick, and he's cussing the whole time. He wants beer. This kid's out of control. And what's the dude's name that's in Nathan?
Nathan.
Yeah, he's not good at being in charge of three guys painting business.
Is he the
and
boss
life.
or is the kid the boss?
I don't know who's the boss. Neither did Tony Danza.
Ew. Well,
He should have been in this movie.
Just in case our listeners are wondering, Mark is still here.
I'm just laughing.
so Jennifer Aniston's outside getting some stuff out of the truck so she can impress Nathan some more with her helpful skills. Well, the leprechaun is now he's under the truck.
And he's rubbing her shin, kind of.
Kind of.
And she likes it.
She does like it. She's like, oh, Nathan.
Well,
Already?
Nathan, did you climb under the truck and start sort of rubbing the front of my shin.
With your
How do you know what I like?
Scaly, cold, fingernaily paws. Hot.
Beef sausage fingers.
Beef sausage fingers.
At which point, Dad shows back up, and you're wondering, like, where the hell has this guy been?
He does disappear for a long time.
He had to do episodes of probably Guiding Light or something like that, so he could only be on set for one day.
Well, she's like, he claws Jennifer Aniston, and she's like, I thought it was you, Nathan. Nathan's standing behind her, Dad comes up, he's like, what the hell? And she's like, trust me, it was a man. I know the touch of a man on my leg. And Dad's like, you do?
Yeah.
She's fucking 24, Dad. She's obviously dressed like a hood rat, so yeah, buddy.
And you have it, like, that perks your interest.
You need the brain surgery.
But her deciding she doesn't want to move when sleeveless shirt guy shows up, that doesn't, no red flags there.
No, I think that this is a family of dum-dums.
When she puts on her new jacket and it's got little flags that say insert dongs here. Like, oh, hey, I just thought that was a funny joke.
Well, the leprechaun now pretends that he's a cat and starts making meow meow sounds. Now he's in a tree, and the dad sticks his hand in the tree and gets clawed.
No, he gets bit.
Bit, whatever.
Either way, like, the best way to get a cat out of a tree
is not to
stick your arm in there.
Yeah.
You just...
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? Grab onto it and just yank it by the head?
No, it's a cat. You just go like, all right, well, you just come out of there whenever you're a cat.
They're from the city. They don't know.
It was like the wood beast in Flash Gordon. You go now.
Stick your hand in there.
So they take off to town to get Dad some help, I guess.
They bring him to the hospital.
Yeah.
And drop him off. But then they gotta hang out in town because the kid wants to get the gold appraised, but...
Because they want to do everything except paint the fucking house.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now it's dark, so you can't paint the house now. Let's just get some dinner.
Well, the leprechaun gets a tricycle and he's motoring to town, doing his...
It's out of the garage.
The speed up...
This was Stinker Madness' first ever tricycle chase.
Yes. It wasn't much of a chase.
Well, he was... I mean, if he was faster, it would have been a chase.
I guess he's chasing them. They just don't know that they're getting chased. So, the Ozzy and Alex go into some store.
Collect coins and collectible store.
To get the gold looked at, which we realize at that point, each gold piece is worth $50.
$500.
$500.
Plus more
My
for
bad.
historical value.
My bad. So, if there's 100 of them, that makes it worth, in its weight in gold, $50,000.
Yep.
That is not rich money. Now, the historical value, yes, you are absolutely right, in theory, except for one problem. Why the fuck does the leprechaun care so much if it's only $50,000?
It's a lot of money for a guy who makes shoes.
Yeah, dude.
That's like...
It's his gold.
Even if you're a poor cobbler,
and
that's like 5 years.
Okay, let's make
5 years of income if you're the shittiest cobbler of all time.
It gives him magical powers. It increases his power.
That's true.
That is true. That is a high resale value on magic powers.
Yep.
Huh. Well, it's still just not that much money. Except for the historical value, because it's got some symbols written on it that I'm to infer are leprechaun symbols. So what store... You go to frickin'... What's that? Fredericks of Hollywood? No.
Fredericks of Hollywood.
That's a nasty lingerie store.
What's that auction house in...
Bras that don't cover any of the right parts, and I like it.
So let's say you're looking for some crotchless panties.
when your wife walks out of the bathroom and you say, why are you even wearing anything?
I paid with this in leprechaun gold.
I can't see your shoulder.
The English auction house. What's that called?
The English auction house?
Yeah, the big auction house.
LeBaron's?
No, it's like...
I just made that up.
Well, let's just use the one in New York, Sotheby's.
Sotheby's, fine. You go to Sotheby's and you take these in here, and the guy goes, oh, we've got gold coins that have got some stuff written on it.
Some leprechaun stuff.
What the hell are they? Do they know that it's leprechaun stuff? Is there a leprechaun plague everywhere? Or is it just
Well, they're going to go
people?
back and get a picture with the leprechaun holding it, like, authenticating it.
I don't think so. I think he's going to eat their faces. I just think that it's a whole lot of business after really
don't forget
not that much stuff.
That Dum Dum guy, Ozzy, he swallowed one of the coins.
He did swallow one of the coins. That's right.
Gonna come back to haunt
a
us
very
later.
important plot point.
Because
Because Ozzy has to test that it's actually gold by biting it, which
And then he just
Because
eats
he
it.
eats
saw
it.
it on TV.
yeah.
Yep. And we all know that TV and movies never lie.
I'm pretty sure I did see that on American Pickers. The best way to check the quality of gold is to eat it and then poop it out, and if it stays gold, well, it's covered in poop,
If it
then it's
rips
still
your
gold.
anus, then it's not high quality.
Yeah.
If it rips your anus, it's not high quality.
Pretty sure that's
Damn,
not
this shitty gold.
that's not the way to do that. Don't try that at home, kids.
Try it at your neighbor's house. So the leprechaun comes into the store after the guys leave, and did they leave? They left a coin with the guy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
We gave him a
He can
receipt.
track that one down, but the other ones he has a hard time finding.
yeah, so he goes in there, and the guy's trying to put it in the safe, and Leprechaun's like, that's my gold, you son of a bitch. And
He jumps out of the safe.
jumps out of the safe, and then gets a pogo, and pogos him to death
To teach him a lesson.
to teach him a lesson.
This will teach you to take somebody's gold.
Does not look good. This is very poorly shot.
The entire time he's jumping on the guy with the pogo stick, though, not once do I see a headshot, but the guy's head is covered in blood by the end of it, and pockmarks, and...
Not to mention, yeah, if he was to
How
like...
are they going to show that, though?
Well, if like, let's just play this out. If the leprechaun actually did use the pogo on the guy's face, there's not... The face is not a whole really good
That's
place
where
to
he
pogo
wipes
off
out.
of. You would eat shit.
Oh yeah, no, that's the problem with
The
this
leprechaun
thing.
to wipe out.
Yeah.
He would hit his head on one of the display cabinets and have a bad time.
The coin guy would be rolling around going, "Oh shit, that hurt." Leprechaun lost 4 of his teeth on the edge of the counter. Like, hold still. Oh boy. They just kind of writhe around, wait for 10 minutes. Like, okay, you ready? Let's try this again.
I would like to say this was a part that I thought was funny. When he was pogoing that guy to death.
I thought it was, now he's on a pogo. God damn it. This
mostly
is
'cause it's
a series of gags. This whole movie
It is a
just
series of
gags
gags.
the movie.
It's because I think he derives his magical power from cartoon logic or something.
Yeah. He's Wile
Coyote.
Hey Leprechaun. That was a bad joke.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
falling flat. Speaking of
Yeah,
which,
However,
now.
it's still better than most of the ones in the movie.
Well, now he's got a power wheel.
Yeah, he upgrades from the tricycle to the power wheel, which looks like a lowered mini truck. So he's mini trucking.
yep.
And he doesn't take any of the stuffed animals out because he wants to roll with his homies. It's so fucking stupid. He's just rolling down the road like, yeah, I got this dragon here. Teddy Ruxpin's with me. We're gonna fucking party.
I honestly thought he loaded it up on purpose.
Yeah.
And later on in the movie, all that shit was going to come into play. Did it? No.
Maybe that's why the cop pulls him over, is because it's like, oh, that's a rowdy bunch looking to party. I need to shut this thing down.
Was that Pete? Pete the Magic Dragon?
Yeah.
Shut that fucker down.
Puff, puff. It's puff.
Before the cop comes, it cuts back to Jennifer Aniston and the guy. What is it, Stan?
Nate.
Nathan?
Stan.
I can't. They're all dickheads.
Guy with no t-shirt and his little bastard brother.
Yeah. They're in the diner, which we get like the LA Gear product placement in this movie is out of control. He actually
Indeed.
takes them off and then like shows them directly to the camera. LA Gears. But the important part about this is she says something about Ozzy and Alex and he's like, oh, they're just kids. Is he supposed to be a kid? Because he's a grown damn man.
He's a grown-ass man.
Yeah.
Hanging out with a kid.
Well, he's a retard.
I don't think he is.
Yes, he is. He's mentally slow. He's retarded.
I don't think he is.
Mark,
What does he
weigh
say
in here.
He's really stupid, but
He's just
so is
dumb.
everybody else.
Yeah, so
it's not like he's a lot
no
smarter.
dumber than
No,
Dad
His
or Jennifer
brain
Aniston.
is broken. He's retarded.
I don't think so.
His mental capabilities are less than the other people in the film. In
I-
their world.
I disagree.
So Mark's
think-
saying retard too. So that's 2 retards against 2 non-retards.
I think they're all just all dumb
Oh, I
as
put
shit.
words in your mouth, Mark. Don't glare at me.
I think they're all just dumb as shit. But yes, it is implied that
Oh, bloody.
Franklin,
Oh, bloody.
I mean, not Franklin,
Francis.
Francis
Ozzy.
is... Okay, alright, you're railroading things, let's move on. So the cop pulls him over, he gets his face clawed, Like, hey, little man,
awesome.
what are you doing? Gah!
It was awesome.
Then when he gets his face clawed?
Yeah. When he just kind of grabs onto it and...
Takes his gun, throws it away.
Yeah.
Well, the cop is an idiot. Everybody in this movie is stupid. The cop, instead of driving away like this little bastard's fucking up my shit, or hitting him with this club, or doing anything that the cop has been trained to do when somebody assaults you, he runs into the woods.
Into the woods.
The cop is mentally handicapped. Jennifer Aniston is mentally handicapped. Dad's mentally handicapped. The guy serving them French fries at the diner is mentally handicapped. He doesn't even get on screen.
The coin
You can
guy.
just assume that everybody is mentally handicapped in this film.
All the other cops at the police station, mentally handicapped.
Mentally handicapped. Moving on. So he is in the woods.
Yeah.
Now he's over here.
Now he's over there.
Now he's over there.
Oh, he's singing a song.
Now he's singing a song.
Oh, now he's over
What's the
there.
cop do? He throws his one weapon at him where he may or may not be. Like, hucking this billy club. Shook. Doesn't hit him because he's not there. But then he just kind of like runs away. Leprechaun.
Yeah, I'm going over here.
Yeah, I'm going to go over here. Well, the cop's like still looking for him.
For 2 seconds.
Did he go over there? I don't know. And then now Leprechaun's in the tree. Now he's on his head. And now he gives him the next stab.
you forgot where he like waits 2 seconds and he's like, oh, he's definitely gone now.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
like, it's
Sits on the
over.
tree.
It's
Oh,
over.
yeah, he takes a break on the
Thank
tree.
God. And he just kept saying thank God until the leprechaun comes and breaks his neck.
Which at that point we thought that the body count had been fulfilled.
Yes.
That was 44 minutes.
There was a funny part there. Because he snapped the cop's neck while he's sitting on his shoulders, and then while he's sitting there, he kind of bobbles the cop's head back and forth.
Yeah.
That was kind of funny.
That was pretty funny. I liked that part too. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
Funniest part of the whole movie.
He was like, it's like a little kid after they break a toy, like, oh, it's broken. That sucks.
Well, then the leprechaun decides to go back to the house to find the gold, I guess. The rest of the gold. Because he's in the kitchen and he's looking through things and tearing the place apart. He finds the lucky clovers. And,
Eats some cereal.
Eats some
spills
cereal.
some shit.
Finds the shoes and decides to polish up all the shoes in the house.
He goes OCD all over the shoes.
I'm
and
a cobbler. I've got to do these.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Then they show back up and Jennifer Aniston has officially become like she cares so much about all of them.
Yes.
After about 4 hours, they're basically her family. Why?
And the guys are all, it was a bear attack. She's like, I don't know any bears that polish shoes.
Yeah, so they have to now clean up the house because it's all a big mess.
But first, though, she was like, I don't know that she's all about them yet, Sam, because she was like, fuck you guys. Because the guy's like, oh, we should stay here. And then she's like, fuck you, I'm going to a hotel.
Oh, yeah, you guys can stay here. I'm going to a hotel. Why?
But then she leaves and comes back.
Yeah.
Because it's too dark.
Yeah, too dark, too scary.
She doesn't know how to turn the headlights on in the Jeep. And hers aren't working. Ta-ha!
Hey, you have to wait till Friends before they start ice cubing those things up before every shot. You guys remember that?
Only one season.
Like, every season. It was like, hey, Jennifer Aniston, go stand with your boobies out the window where it's cold for 5 minutes, then we'll shoot the scene. Every single time. Headlight action. All Friends. That was why that show was so popular.
Turn on your headlights.
Yeah, pretty much.
In the middle of one of Sam's creepy dreams.
The real victim is the people that owned LA Gear because they didn't get on that bandwagon soon. They got on it too soon. Then her haircut exploded and they're like, shit, we should have waited a couple years.
Blew it.
Everybody would be wearing LA Gears.
Nobody will buy our shoes ever again. Nobody ever did.
They were already out of business at that point.
LA Gear.
So, Ozzy finds a bell. Ring, ring.
A bicycle bell.
Yay, Ozzy. But then they hear a bell. That's not Ozzy's bell. And Nathan goes out to investigate it. Outside. Gets his ass snatched in a bear trap.
And they say bear trap, and it's a fox trap.
Whatever.
So there's
just
no
saying-
bear getting caught by that goddamn.
Fuck.
This
Say
was
bear
another
trap.
great part of the movie.
Sam, it's a teddy bear trap.
Yeah, see,
Teddy Ruxpin's
It's a good
trap.
thing that Ruxpin's still in the mini truck.
where do you think you got the bear trap from? Ruxman's like, check it out, I got some merchandise.
Why would a bear sell bear traps.
So that he doesn't get caught in them.
Yeah, he's like,
No, then you're
illegal
just providing.
paraphernalia.
That's like... I don't know what it's like, but that doesn't make any goddamn
It's like a
sense.
cat selling catnip on the corner.
Yeah, but cats like catnip.
Bears do not like bear traps.
No.
He's
Like,
ass in a bear
here,
trap.
That's like me going outside and selling hay. Like, I'm really allergic to this. Will you buy this hay? No. I steer clear of the hay. It makes no sense.
I'm just saying, this was a great part when he got in the bear trap.
Rockspin and selling bear traps. It's crap.
Bear trap action.
So...
Oh, my leg!
So the leprechaun starts getting in on Nathan and biting his leg, I guess. Well, they all start beating the shit out of the leprechaun.
Yeah, he's like-
Which I thought was the funny part of the movie. Finally.
Because he grabs the hatchet like, I'm going to cut your leg off. And he's like, I'm going to clock you with this fucking flashlight.
Stupid little
Knocks
asshole.
the piss out
I
of
was
him.
like, finally, somebody hits this little dickhead. I mean, God, just whack him.
And he doesn't like it.
He's 2 feet tall. Or outrun him. His little tiny legs can't go that fast.
Hey, but you know, in the movie, though, they were making it seem like he could run pretty fast.
Well, he can teleport, so at some point he gets far enough behind, and then he's just like, oh, I'm behind the tree now.
I'm over here.
I'm over here.
I don't care where you are. I'm going home. You're an asshole. Bye-bye.
You're an asshole, Leprechaun.
Ozzy's got your gold. Go eat him. Whatever. So Ozzy calls the cops, which I thought was the only actual intentionally funny thing in the whole movie was Ozzy calling the cops and saying, the attack is happening!
The attack is happening.
Send the army! Send the navy! Send Moses!
And then we find out
So he
that
can park the
Ozzy-
bear trap?
Yeah.
is the boy who cried wolf.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they don't send help because he calls every day.
Oh, damn it, Ozzy. You and your hijinks.
wah.
Yeah, doesn't pay off, man. So, Nathan finally shoots the leprechaun because Alex runs and grabs a shotgun from...
Yeah, the little kid
From
goes
the-
in there and gets the shot.
From
Inside the
BBC.
house.
From the BBC sound effects collection of fireworks.
Yeah. What a shotgun sounds like. Then they get his leg out, and now they got to take him to the hospital. Or the
Right.
doctor or wherever. So they pile into the truck, but the truck won't start.
Again.
'Cause why won't it start?
Because the radiator cap. Because it's
The
a piece of
distributor
shit.
cap.
Because
was the
they're
thing.
shitty painters and they don't make any money and they can't fix their truck.
Or could it be that there was a leprechaun inside of the truck eating all of the wires and distributor and the goings-ons of the engine, cylinders and pistons and
He was chewing up the cords in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Get in.
Plug wires
just-
are all gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
So then he jumps through the windshield.
So what do you do when there's a leprechaun underneath the hood of your truck?
You make a Tremors
You
movie
get
reference?
back in the truck because it's definitely not going anywhere. So you get inside of it because that's going to be the good place to hide forever. So they do that,
Right.
and then he runs into the barn the whole while.
Well, he bites
They-
Ozzy's ear
Oh,
in the
yeah.
truck.
Well,
and
he
then
punches through the windshield.
Well, that's true.
Jennifer Aniston
Yeah.
gives him the cigarette lighter on the nose.
And then he runs off, and what do? They stay in the truck
Right.
so that he can go in the barn and get his post-apocalyptic destruction vehicle.
Mega weapon.
Hey, it's
With a-
got a pitchfork on the end of it.
It does have a pitchfork.
That
It
was
is-
an awesome scene as well.
It's the zombie
That was the only awesome
killing
scene
transport.
as far as I'm concerned.
Was it? I thought that was stupid.
When
Oh, it
he
was
rolls
funny.
the truck?
Well, yeah, when he rolls the truck, I was like, oh, God, Jesus, come on.
Come on, yeah,
Funny.
that was the only
That's
thing.
funny, ridiculous, but, like, the whole post-apocalyptic car, Mad Max machine.
What that just was like, what the shit?
No,
Yeah,
this
but
is
there's
too
three
stupid.
vehicles
hear-
now that this guy's had.
I was impressed because he built that
Yeah,
up from the Teddy Ruxpin into that post-apocalyptic car.
and he did it right when he ran into the barn because
Right.
you hear like, like he's in there welding and screwing, and then in like 2 seconds later, I'm done.
Gluteal
Here
nappers.
comes,
I asked for the hydro spanners.
here comes death.
Well, he painted it too. That was impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Death Machine.
it was ridiculous.
It was awesome.
But then, so he rams the truck and it flips over, which was silly.
Mm-hmm.
Looked good.
Yeah.
But they bailed out mid-roll, I guess.
I don't know. They get
'Cause they're
out.
not in there.
All right. now.
Then they run back into the house.
The
Hey,
point-
they're over there.
The point that it's
They pull a leprechaun.
the point that it's okay to leave the truck. It's tumbling. Let's go.
So, they run into the house.
Slam his hand off in the door.
Yeah, his hand comes off. But it's inside the house, and it opens the door for him.
And then goes back on to his arm.
Which we don't see that part.
Right, he just picks it up,
Yeah.
and then he runs away. Like, I gotta go make this
It ends
happen.
up back on his arm.
It does end
Yeah.
up back on his arm. But
He's
it's not
regenerating.
It's not like Jason X where you see the whole process of the regrowth.
Mm-hmm.
He's like
They
a
only had
lizard.
$900,000.
True. You could just... He could have, like, grabbed it and been like... oh, it's good now. It's good.
Look over there!
Turn around. No.
Turn around.
So she calls out on her mobile because she just figured out to call on the mobile because she used the phone earlier, which we
know now was just a prop.
Yeah, just prop phone.
Right.
She uses her mobile, which my dad had that cell phone. Just so you guys know.
Was
She's
it red?
going mobile.
It was not red. It was gray. It was Motorola.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Mark, did you have one of these phones? Are you old enough to have had one of these phones?
No, I am not.
Mark had a pager until 2012.
That's true. Why was I asking you? On with it.
Well, the leprechaun intercepts the message from the cops to the cop because he's in the cop car getting the cop messages. I don't know how to explain that. She calls the cops call a cop, but the cop is actually a leprechaun.
They radio it into the guy that's supposed to be on patrol.
They
He's
got
already
his face
dead.
ripped off.
He's already dead.
And the leprechaun
Next nap.
knows this, so he appears there and answers the radio and says everything's going to be all right.
I'll be there in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
What he tells the other police.
Well, he does show up in 3 minutes.
If I have any
Goes back
problems,
to the
I'll
house.
call you back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smooth. Like butter.
Now they've figured out that he just wants the gold. Give him back the gold. Let's go get the gold. Where'd you put the gold? We put it in the well. So Jennifer Aniston goes out to get the gold in the well. Glowing green well. Pulls the gold out, gives it to him. He's happy. He's gone.
He's like, it smells like me gold.
Yeah.
It tastes like me gold. Like, he just went on and on and on
that
right
was
there.
before she did the, you're no Linda Hamilton with the shotgun.
Huh?
Remember when they give her the shotgun, like, do you know how to use this? And she's like, no, and then stupid face at the camera, and I
Yeah.
wrote down, you're no Linda Hamilton.
Right.
Yep.
So
Or Daphne Zuniga from Spaceballs.
There you go.
she gives him the gold. He's happy. He takes off. Movie over. Credits. Everybody's happy.
But wait.
Oh no! Fucking Aussie.
Now, here's what I have a problem with. So he's missing the one gold piece, but we are to assume that O'Leary had been spazzing the
O'Grady.
cat. O'Grady had been spazzing the cash
Right.
everywhere.
He's got a limo. He's got a new
he's
suit.
tipping guys hundos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
he's
doesn't
living in a
care about, like,
retirement home.
Once you spend it,
Yeah.
so it's like you steal the leprechaun's gold,
Uh-huh.
run real fast, take him to your investment agency, turn him into T-bills,
Uh-huh.
safe.
Right.
That's right.
Leprechaun's got to go to the bank now. He's
Right.
got to deal with that shit. Somebody else's problem.
Somebody else's
rich
problem.
as fuck.
You just gotta
You
wait.
got $50,000.
You got $50,000 in T-bills, which you're gonna have to wait on those. You're gonna have to wait on those, but sure, you
I
know.
wouldn't be going to buying a limo and a new suit and all that, but you got a nice retirement ahead of you in about 40 years when you'll be dead because you're already old. No, it doesn't make any sense. This movie's stupid. So Leprechaun is like, shit, they still got one of my pieces of gold. Comes back to the house, breaks in. They're boiling water.
They were going to boil water.
Why do you
she said,
boil
"Go
water?"
get some ice. Boil some water. Which is it?
But they
Frozen
were leaving.
or hot?
And they were also leaving.
Yeah.
Well, they're leaving.
So they gotta boil some
Some water, get some ice, and then get the fuck out of
and
there.
take off. Well, the oven's hot. Leprechaun sticks his hand on it.
So this is what they're going to do. They're going to get the ice, get the water boiling, get the ice, dump the ice in the boiling water, go, look how fast that melted, and then leave.
Yeah, makes sense. Well, he sticks his hand on the burner, fries his hand up real nice, and he goes, "I'm cooking now." I thought that was kind of cute.
I didn't understand what he said right there.
Yeah, he's cooking now.
I thought he said, look at this. I was like, that's not very funny.
Well, he basically did. So then he totally gets in the cabinets and Scooby-Doo's the cabinets. I'm over here. I'm in this cabinet. I'm in that cabinet. And they're looking in cabinets.
And then he's on the hutch.
Yeah.
And then they're going to shoot the hutch. And you expect him to shoot the hutch, and they don't, and then it just cuts back, and he's not there anymore.
He's in the chimney.
He's in the chimney.
Now he's in the chimney.
And he's pretending to be Santa Claus.
Now he's got a skateboard.
Yeah. Oh, God, the fucking shooting gallery on the skateboard was about as bad.
Yeah, you could not take Nathan to the fair and expect him to win you anything at those booths. He would just suck. Those little ducks would be going by, he'd be like, "Baby, I'm gonna win you a fucking prize buffalo up there." And she's like, "No, you're not, fucker. I saw you shoot at the leprechaun. You're not getting shit." And that guy was big.
Well, now he's in the phone.
Now he's in the phone.
And a little creepy hand comes out. That was so funny.
That was funny.
That wasn't funny at all.
That was
Little
not
weird
funny.
creepy hand coming out of the phone. She's like,
And you always hold it just far enough away from your face, like, oh no, what do I do? Don't drop it or anything. Oh no!
So the money they spent on special effects in this movie, they could have cut that scene and used those funds somewhere else, like acting classes.
To invest in T-bills. So now they realize that McGrady's in the hospital.
And
He's
this is
not
when
dead.
They go outside, and Alex is absent from the movie for a lot of scenes, and they always mention, oh, he's over here. I'm just guessing there's laws against how long a child is able to shoot.
Probably.
They couldn't use him anymore, and they had to work around it.
Maxed out his time. So they go to the Jeep, and it's time to go get O'Grady out of the hospital, or ask O'Grady what's up with this damn little bastard. And
gotta stop him.
How do they get out of there?
With the OCD times 2, throw shoes everywhere. He has to run
by shoes.
and dust them off. And be like, oh no, this one's dirty too. Whoa.
okay, so this was my big plot hole. Why didn't everybody get in the Jeep?
Yeah, why didn't everybody get in the Jeep?
They're going to stay there.
And do what? Hang
Hang out.
Play cards
and
with the
they're
leprechaun?
leaving the kid in the house, and they're like,
Just
don't
let's-
lock the door.
Let's worry about the gold when she comes back, Mr. Leprechaun. Let's just hang out for a little bit. She'll
But
be
at
back
this
in like
point, the
20 minutes,
leprechaun
dude.
knows, doesn't he? The
No, he
Fatty
doesn't.
McFatterson
He
retard
only-
guy has the gold?
No, he doesn't.
No.
He thinks Jennifer Aniston's character has it. Because he chases
Yeah, he gets on the skates.
He magically appears onto the back of the Jeep, and rather than holding on to the back of the Jeep, he
Let's
decides to hooky bob roller skate behind it.
Now he's on roller skates.
Now he's on roller skates, but she turns, and he just can't make that turn on skates.
Yeah.
Nope. But she makes it to the hospital.
You're gonna leave out the part where he skates into the fence and makes a leprechaun shape.
It's not a good
It's so stupid.
That was funny.
So
No,
did
it wasn't.
anybody at that point
That is
think,
not funny.
That is not funny.
Did anybody at that point think that he should have stuck to the skateboard because it worked in Back to the Future on the back of the Jeep?
I did not
I
think
think
that.
he should have just got into the back seat of the Jeep. Or hell, the passenger side.
What? That's not funny.
I think he should have
It
just...
isn't funny. It's effective.
So she's in the hospital.
If we wanted funny, he would have kept the roller skates and donned a tutu. Like, what am I doing now? Look how silly I am.
Seltzer water! Hey! Hello, my baby!
Instead of
Hello,
hitting
my honey!
a fence, he runs into a bunch of cream pies.
Whoa.
What's next?
We're recording this, right?
Zing.
That's golden. We got the sequel right there.
Yeah.
Probably happens, actually, in one of the 7 movies that are about this goddamn little bastard. So, she's in the hospital, trying to find O'Grady. She looks into a notebook that just says O'Grady, and so she knows his room number.
She knows exactly as much as she knew when she walked in there.
Yeah. So, guess what? Now he's McGrady, or O'Grady. She turns the wheelchair around, it's the fucking leprechaun. It's
Well,
not
I could
O'Grady.
tell it was the leprechaun.
I knew it was a leprechaun too, but it's just like, oh, god damn it, these gags are just getting old as shit.
But I loved it when he chased her in the wheelchair.
Oh.
Now he's in a wheelchair.
Benny Hill style.
Yeah,
fast
Benny
motion.
Hill style.
Yeah, that was great. And then he like had his little hat on and everything, and he was just going as
He has
fast
his little
as he
hat on
could.
the whole movie.
You know, I think that you should just subscribe to the Dog Channel and watch it. Because I think you would get just as much enjoyment, apparently. That's all you need is shiny things and
I do like the Dog
colors
Channel.
and things moving fast. And
Good
it's funny.
Jackie.
And it's funny for you. Anyways, so she gets into the elevator, and O'Grady's actually in the elevator hanging upside down.
Mm-hmm.
The leprechaun put him there, I guess? I don't know.
No,
Maybe it's just the poor treatment that people have at
You gotta keep
Chilling
this
in
retirement
Oh.
facilities.
Yeah.
That's why they have a security guard so
It's like-
that he can stop people while the staff gets the residents out of the elevator and puts them in their room.
Or just like,
We're here to see who?
I'm having a hard time sleeping. Okay, and they just toss him in the elevator shaft.
It's just like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So she finds out about the 4-leaf clover. She's now on her way back to the clover patch, which is behind the well. That's
It's actually
also
just some dirt that's been lit green by
very bright green
gel.
light. It's like neon
It's awesome.
clovers patch. I don't know. I didn't see the point in that. But she can't find one. Leprechaun's back, chasing her. She runs into the woods, finds the cop car.
But not the gold.
Not the gold.
Not the gold! Keep that in mind.
Right. So, she's in there screaming. He grabs the door off the cop car, rips it off, and, she jabs him in the face with the billy club that he threw into the woods, and now it's back in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, she jabs him in the eye.
out the leprechaun's eye.
Yeah, eye for an eye, because he grabs the cop's eyeball and sticks it in his
Also,
face.
great scene in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Regeneration, eye regeneration. I liked it.
Eye replacement?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Eye swap.
Arrgh, and he pushes it in.
Yeah. Well, then the guys show up and shoot him in the chest with a shotgun.
Yeah, he gets hit with the shotgun a few times.
Yeah, he got shot directly in between the eyes at one point.
The other title for this movie could have been Midget Skeet Shooting. Because it's like pole. He gets blasted. He gets shot with a shotgun a lot.
Yeah. He doesn't like it. He goes down.
But not as much as I don't like it. He's better with getting shot with the shotgun than I am. So the kid gets the bear trap and puts it in the barn.
Because he keeps telling himself, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm going to get this leprechaun.
Yeah, I'm going to kill this little asshole or whatever he says. But that's supposed to pay out later, I think. But it doesn't really. Because the leprechaun goes and attacks him in the barn.
And tries to force him into the trap, but
it doesn't
work out.
So
the leprechaun overpowers everybody in the movie except for the little kid.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that little kid's pretty buff.
Chases Ozzy down.
Yeah.
Like the very next scene, he's outrunning Ozzy.
It's why you don't pick on someone your own size.
Yeah.
Is there a formidable opponent?
Okay. All right. Well, Jennifer Aniston's got the clover now, and she's ready to use it, and the kid gets it somehow. Because he slingshots it into the leprechaun's mouth with chewing gum.
And says, "Fuck you, Lucky Charms."
That was a good line.
Which was because Lucky Charms pulled, but they had seen the movie and said you can't use this, so they had to go back and shoot at least the Lucky whatever it was, so maybe they do the "Fuck you, Lucky Charms" just for that reason.
Maybe. That's hard to say. But either way, he gets all melted up. He gets the same treatment that the guy at the end of Indiana Jones and Raiders of the Lost Ark gets.
Yeah.
Candle face. And then they decide to, you know what? That's not good enough. Explosion.
Mm-hmm.
Blow up the well.
With
gasoline.
15 gallons of gas.
Gasoline! And then the cops show up the next day.
Yeah.
Right.
After the fire's pretty much out.
So, and we're implying Ozzy got to keep that gold coin that he swallowed?
I guess.
Only if it's real gold, though, Mark. Will it not
We're going to have to see Leprechaun 2 at some point to find out what the hell happens, because this is a two-parter for sure. Well, you don't know if Nathan and Rachel from Friends get together, and if he's the dentist.
What I don't know is, in the last shot, you see a guy wearing a red long-sleeve shirt and a belt buckle and jeans come out and hug Jennifer Aniston, but it's far enough away that you don't know if it's the same actor.
As the dad?
As the dad. Is that the dad?
Or is it the leprechaun?
Or is it just a stand-in?
Oh.
No.
Also scary.
Also very scary.
Dun, dun, dun.
Because he's just going to get in there and get a handful. He knows the camera's on.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Leprechaun, when he's going in and out of those cabinets in the kitchen scene, he comes out of a drawer and grabs a handful of that guy's junk.
Yeah.
Of Nathan's junk, like grabs his balls and everything. He's like, yeah.
It's not really the camera's on. Get a handful. That was scripted. So
I know,
really count.
but I'm just saying that was a good part we left out.
That was the only sexual harassment in the film.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure that there was more. I'm sure that was not a fun set to work on. Unless you're Warwick Davis, because he seemed like he was having a pretty good time with it.
He was the star.
I know.
Yeah.
He's having fun, being a little crazy man. I'd like that role.
I'd like that role too. I thought he did really good.
I wouldn't be like, I'm going to go places with this shit, but I'd own it. I'd be like,
he did.
He owned it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did a really good job.
Yeah, he's great. Recommends.
I don't know.
Ho hum.
I guess.
I'm going to give it a don't.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
giving it
I think there's better things to do with your time.
56%. So just over the top of I don't know. Just because it's the Leprechaun and we're going to watch more of them eventually.
I think on the fun factor, I give it a 4.
Yeah, it's not very much fun.
It's not a whole lot of fun. It was very dry.
I say
Silly.
do.
Childish. It was childish.
That's why I say do.
Yeah.
Because it was funny and it had bad humor.
Yeah, if you like jokes that an 8-year-old would find funny, this movie's for you.
Mark?
No nudity, I'm going to have to say no.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or Jennifer Connelly.
And nobody ended up with the gold, which is a real piss-off.
Somebody ends up with the gold. Where's the gold go?
It probably
out
just
by
stays on the
woods
ground
where
and they
he
all
was
just
counting
leave,
it.
and then... I don't know. Maybe the rainbow shows back up, maybe it doesn't.
I gotta watch number 2. This falls into the Left Behind don'ts, because now that I've seen the first one, I didn't
once
like
you
it.
do
Now
it-
I'm like, oh god, they've got me.
You're
I
on the
gotta see
train.
Leprechaun 2. That sucks.
That's true. Best part of the movies?
I liked Fuck You, Lucky Charms.
Sam?
No, I don't have one. If I could have seen some butt, I would have liked when they almost put the camera up Jennifer Aniston's skirt, but they were wise enough not to do that.
That doesn't. You're like, oh, that's my favorite part of the movie that doesn't exist.
Yeah, the parts of the movie that do exist suck real bad. I guess the mini trucking with all the stuffed animals.
Yeah,
That's my favorite part.
That's a good part. Yeah.
Mark?
Earlier in the broadcast, I mentioned my favorite part, but I've already forgotten it because I've tried to block out this movie. So I'm just going to say, I got nothing, sorry.
Bummer.
My favorite part was when Nathan is trying to get away after he's been caught in the bear trap. And Jennifer Aniston is fighting the leprechaun.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't talk about this, but the leprechaun's running off, and he kicks Nathan in the leg. He's like, how's your leg? And Nathan falls over, and the leprechaun runs off. And I'm like, yes!
That was funny.
Asshole leprechaun!
Yeah, he's a little
That was my favorite.
So, I guess that's about it for the show.
I do have a special Halloween joke that I would like to tell.
Okay. This is our final Halloween episode.
Yes,
just so you know.
so this is my great Halloween joke. Speaking of childish, this is my great Halloween joke. Okay. What is the difference between a boy ghost and a girl ghost?
I don't know.
Anybody?
What is the difference, Jackie?
What is it?
Boobs! Get it, Justin?
Yep.
Boobs! Oh, get to the chopper.
Get to the chopper.